All right, product deep dive, product number one using product discovery. So before we look at our first product that we are going to vet from our product discovery tool, I want to show you this spreadsheet that I've made that really helps to vet the product and to put all our ideas in one place. So for example, we have this 10-liter dry bag. So the way we fill this out is we have our ASIN, then we have the product name or short name, then we have a link to the exact item, and then here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main vetting criterias that we're going to use. So we have age, and notice a green check mark here. That means it is approved or it's consistent with what we're looking for. And then we have consistent BSR, good market depth. We've checked the competitor listings, we've checked Google Trends, we've checked the reviews to the different competitors, and if there is any improvement potential in it. Now, when it comes to improvement potential, if we do have a green X here, which we want, then we could come down here and find out which one of these different areas to improve can we do, and then we can make a note here. So whether it's quantity, we can read here the example. I think this product would work much better if it was sold in a 2-pack. Many of the positive reviews indicates people bought 2 and there are no 2-pack sellers. Functionality, it could be interesting to add a zipper pocket with a clear window on the front for cell phones or essentials the consumer needs to grab quickly. Quality, from the negative reviews, many consumers complain that the dry bag tore too easily. All of these are 500D PVC material. Meanwhile, there are no sellers with 1000D PVC material. This would be more durable and could be a great selling point at a higher price. Aesthetic, there are no sellers using metal carabiners for the straps. This would add a great aesthetic. And bundle, there are no sellers offering bundles of 10-liter bags and 40-liter bags. This would be a great bundle as very frequent consumers buy both, sometimes from different sellers. So this product is nice because there are a lot of different potential improvements. Now, most products don't have that. Most we can maybe do 1 or 2, but the more of these that we can do per product, the better. So we're going to move down here to product number 2, and let's look at our first product that we found using the product discovery tool. Here is our first one, the Message Center Bulletin Board. So let's pull this up on Amazon. So here we are on Amazon, and here's our product. So let's fill this out. So our ASIN, we're going to come down here. We're going to grab that, paste it in here. The product name, this is a Message Center Bulletin Board. Plug that in here. And then our link, here's this. All right, now we can start filling out the rest. So, but a brief overview of this item, we can see it's a message bulletin board. It looks like it has a blackboard up here, whiteboard, corkboard. It looks like a mail slot, and then also a place you can hang your coats on. So it's kind of a little bit of everything, which is kind of nice. You'll see that on the market, there's people with big chalkboards, or people with big whiteboards, or big corkboards, or each one of these separately, but nothing with all of them included. So it kind of makes this product a little unique. Whoops. We can see here at first glance we have 18 reviews, decent bullets, some decent pictures, and a very short description. Now let's look at our vetting criteria. So we have age. Let's look at how old this product is. Look, so we have 204 days. So that is a definite good green check mark. It's longer than the 2 months. And you could put in here 204 days if you wanted to know the specifics. Now, consistent BSR. Now, remember our BSR, we use the Keepa app, and it's this green line. So we see here definitely this is fourth quarter sales, November, December. Stayed pretty consistent. But even before then, in October, it was still pretty good, consistent. Let's look at let's look at all of the 204 days. So we see here, when we see this big gap here in the blue, that means the product went out of stock. And thus we see the BSR rising like that. But before that, we can see the BSR was still pretty good. When it first launched, it was in the high 20,000s, and then it just continually got better. And then it went out of stock for 3 months. It came back, and again, it was a good seller. So yes, the BSR is consistent. See that it's good. Only jumped when the product went out of stock. Now, how about market depth? Let's see if this whole message bulletin board is a product that there's a lot of market depth. So let's just put in here message bulletin board. Let's see what comes up. So here we are. Here's the one. And we can see this is like a variation of it, just not as unique as our one. Really cheap price point on that though. And we can see with DS at Amazon Quick View, when we look at all these BSR, 765, 6500, it'll give us a good idea, just an overview. So what I'm noticing is nothing quite exactly like it. Let's see if there's better keywords that we can see here that we could type in. This is a dry erase and corkboard. Let's type that in instead. Let's do dry erase and corkboard. So these are a little more like it. See, here it is again. It's coming up. We see a lot of these ones, but nothing quite like that one. However, all of these ones still, look at that, only 31 reviews. That's a good BSR. There are some sold by Amazon, but there are a lot that aren't sold by Amazon. Let's run our Market Intelligence app and see what it shows here for this kind of niche of corkboard, whiteboard. Let's look at the market trend. Looks pretty steady. This is almost as good as Google Trends. Pretty steady. Top seller. So when we look through here, sales. Remember, we want at least 90 sales a month. See, this is definitely getting a lot of sales. Let's go back here. Let's close this. So what I'm seeing here is that overall, this type of product of some type of corkboard slash whiteboards, some type of messaging board actually does really well. But most people are selling the same thing. And I think that could be a big reason why this one's doing so well, because it added a little variation to what everyone else is doing. So I definitely would say yes, this does have market depth, because this whole bulletin board combo, corkboard, whiteboard has a ton of sellers, and they're all doing fairly well. So market depth is a yes. Let's keep going over here. Competitor listings. So this would be our main competitor. Let's look at his listing just a little more in depth. We see he has a lot of white background photos. Those are good, but no lifestyle photos, nothing with it actually in the setting. And let's look at some of these other ones that also have a similar type features. We see here again white background, no lifestyle style photos. Again, a lot of white background images, no lifestyle photos. I would really like to see this like in an office or a classroom or something where a person can really envision it. So yes, we have looked at our competitor listings and nothing too amazing from any of them. Now what about Google Trends? Now this one, you're not really going to need to use Google Trends, because this is just a staple office item that is going to be selling for a long time. Now, the reason I say that is because something like fidget spinners, right? That's a toy that's kind of new. It's kind of out of the blue. But when you're looking at a product like this, that's like a standard office item, let's say if you're selling marking pens, like marking pens aren't going to be going out of style anytime soon. And these bulletin boards are not going to be going out of style anytime soon. This is like a standard office item. So we're not even going to have to look at this. Now let's look at check of the reviews. Now, this is one of the a point that I like with this product. It has only 3 stars, so that means there is a lot of improvement to be made. So let's check these out. It only has 18 reviews, and let's cruise through here. So 3 stars. Let's see a person. The price is good. Quality and materials with quality materials to match, but come on, couldn't they have completely assembled it before shipping? The hooks had to be attached with screws that no normal screwdriver would fit. You have to have a really small screwdriver. The hook for the wall attachment had to be attached as well. No pre-gelling for these again. Really small screws. Luckily, no screws or parts were missing except one. A wrong size nut. But it probably won't matter. I love the item. Unfortunately, it does not match with the hooks attached. Does not come with the hooks attached or the back pieces to hang the wall. I called Amazon. They stated the back piece does not come with the board like they show in the photo. I had to run out to the store and purchase it. Very disappointed. Screws to the wall seem a little weak. We love it. The only thing that's annoying is the border was a little messed up. Even though the box and package was not damaged, we can't live without it, not even to return it for another one. Came on time, but missing screw for hooks. Product was broken, not bad for the price. I glued on the cork board that came with the shipping box to use the chalk holder. Not sure how long it will hold up for. It works great. Oh, they have a nice photo of it. Okay. This almost looks like a separate piece. Oh no, it looks like they hung it above a coat rack already. Good value. While I feel is a good value, the pictures of the product might lead viewers to believe it's larger. We use this to keep our children on track. It's working well for this. So that could be another good picture is in a kid's room. We took this out of the box and one of the wood pieces was broken. We decided to try to glue it together to give it a chance. That never happened because the entire product fell apart. Extremely poor quality. So frustrating. This was delivered missing all 3 hooks and the magnet in the pin was missing 2. What a piece of crap. Completely broken when arrived. What a piece of crap. Disappointing, much smaller than expected. All right, so we have checked the reviews, yes, and improvement potential, definitely. So let's break this down. Quantity, I do not believe that this is something that we would sell like in a 2-pack or a 3-pack. Not at all. So we're going to skip that. Functionality. I think people say it functions pretty good, like the whiteboard. They didn't have any problems with any of that. The quality. Now, this was something that people did complain about. So we could make a quick note here is broken on arrival. We definitely could improve packaging. Let's see what else. It mentioned that a lot of the pieces were missing. So, whoops. Missing pieces. So that would go definitely under something that you would want to have inspected before you had your product shipped, just to make sure all the pieces were there. They also stated that nothing was assembled. So, pre-assembly is what people would like. Primarily or at least pre-drilled. They said that people were saying the screws were weak. Screws seemed weak. Now, in regards to aesthetic, there were people who were complaining about how small it was. So, size is too small. Potentially larger. Okay, size too small, potentially larger would be desired. Now, bundle. I could see maybe adding a few more magnets, a few more markers, something along the lines of that. So, more accessories, markers, magnets. All right. So to sum it up, we have this message center bulletin board. We've checked all the different areas. The functionality is fine. No need to increase the quantity. Quality, it often comes broken on arrival, so improve the packaging. A lot of times missing pieces, so inspection. We definitely want to have an inspection on this. We want it to come pre-assembled or pre-drilled, and the screws seemed weak, so we'd want to improve that. The aesthetic, we did have people complaining. The size, and then the bundle, more accessories in here, tax also. Actually, let's do pins. All right, so that's product number 1. Just to show, I did go on to Alibaba to see if something like this is available. So what I like about this item also is I could not find the exact same thing on Alibaba, but I know things like this exist because I found listings like this. I like this because it's going to be a little bit harder for a competitor to have your item. If you were to take the original design and make it a little bit better, maybe make it a little bit larger, maybe contact an Alibaba supplier like this, tell them, send them the picture, because it looks like they create something similar. It has the cutout here. All they have to do is put the blackboard right here with the chalk. We can see that the potential is there to make the exact same item. So I do like that I wasn't able to go straight on Alibaba and find the exact item. Yes, it will require a little bit more work, but that is good. That's a higher barrier to entry. And perhaps that's why nobody has brought a similar product to market yet on Amazon. So that is our product number 1.